You might remember A Different World as a spin-off of The Cosby Show that started out with Denise Huxtable heading off to college. But A Different World quickly found its own voice. The show launched the careers of many actors we still see today, like Jada Pinkett Smith. But it's also been a while since the show aired, and some beloved cast members have passed away. Here's a look at some of the actors you might not know are no longer with us. Lou Myers. Lou Myers brought the grumpy charm to life as Vernon Gaines, the owner of the campus hangout on A Different World. Mr. Gaines was a character with a gruff exterior, but a hidden warmth, a complexity Myers brought out perfectly in Season 2. But Myers' impact stretched far beyond that one role. He had a prolific career that spanned both the big and small screen. Moviegoers might recognize him from films like the disaster flick Volcano or the romantic comedy How Stella Got Her Groove Back. His talents weren't limited to the screen, though. Myers was also a celebrated Broadway performer. And that's not all. News reports, like a 2013 article in the Charleston Gazette-Mail, highlighted Myers' musical abilities and his dedication to his community. Sadly, the talented Lou Myers passed away in 2013 at the age of 77, Diahann Carroll. Whitley Gilbert's mother, Marion Gilbert, is a Hillman graduate and a member of the board. A Different World needed someone with loads of charisma for this role, and they chose Diahann Carroll. She came to the show with a Golden Globe, several Emmy nominations, an Academy Award nomination, a Tony Award from her Broadway career, and a memorable role in the Star Wars Holiday Special. During her time on A Different World, Carroll received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Carroll's big TV break was as the main character on the 1968 NBC sitcom, Julia. Reflecting on the role, Carroll said, "We were telling the country, here's a very upper-middle-class black woman raising her child, and her main focus isn't going to be suffering in the ghetto." She later became famous for playing the scheming Dominique Devereaux on the ABC soaps Dynasty and The Colbys. Though Carroll appeared in only 9 episodes of A Different World, she made each one special. After her time on the show, she continued acting in series like ABC's Grey's Anatomy and USA's White Collar. Diahann Carroll passed away from cancer on October 4, 2019, at the age of 84. Kristoff St. John. While audiences might recognize Kristoff St. John from brief appearances on shows like The Cosby Show and A Different World, his true claim to fame lies in the world of daytime dramas. He kicked off his soap opera journey in 1989 with a multi-year stint on Generations, playing the role of Adam Marshall. But it was his next role that would propel him to soap opera stardom. In 1991, St. John landed the role of Neil Winters on CBS's The Young and the Restless. This character would become his signature role, a character he embodied for a remarkable 28 years. Over nearly 3 decades, St. John delivered over 1,800 captivating performances, solidifying Neil Winters as a central figure in the soap's sprawling storylines. His dedication and talent were rewarded with critical acclaim. St. John's portrayal of Neil Winters garnered him a whopping 12 awards, including 10 NAACP Image Awards and 2 Daytime Emmy Awards. Tragically, Kristoff St. John passed away in 2019 at the young age of 52. His death from heart failure sent shockwaves through the television industry, particularly the daytime drama community. Though he's gone, Kristoff St. John's legacy lives on. He left behind a remarkable body of work, most notably his unforgettable performance as Neil Winters on The Young and the Restless. Rosalind Cash Dean Hughes appears in just 4 episodes of A Different World, but the character needed an actor with real presence. Casting Rosalind Cash brought Hughes all the credibility and more. By the time she joined the show, Cash had built an impressive resume, as noted by the New York Times. She had a rich stage career and was one of the original members of the NEC. A standout moment was her 1973 performance as Goneril in Shakespeare's King Lear, alongside James Earl Jones, a role that highlighted her immense talent and dedication to her craft. Cash didn't limit herself to one genre. In 1971, she played Lisa, the female lead in the Charlton Heston-led sci-fi movie The Omega Man. Throughout her long career, Cash was fiercely selective about her roles. "I'm not good at playing stereotypes," she once said, according to Jet. This wasn't just a statement. It was a courageous commitment to authenticity in a challenging industry, a stance that still resonates deeply today. Rosalind Cash's journey was one of trailblazing success and unwavering integrity. Her ability to choose roles that mattered and refuse those that did not, even when it was difficult, made her a true icon. Her legacy is not just in the roles she played, but in the doors she opened and the stereotypes she shattered. After years of breaking new ground and inspiring countless others, Cash passed away from cancer on October 31, 1995, at the age of 56. James Avery and Thomas McCall Ford. Every now and then, A Different World featured actors you might recognize from other sitcoms, or who would go on to become familiar faces on similar shows. Sadly, some of these stars have passed away over the years. One such actor is James Avery. While millions know him best as the stern yet lovable Uncle Phil Banks on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Avery had a robust acting career before that iconic role. A Different World fans might be surprised to learn that Avery appeared in Season 3 as the Pin Punisher, a memorable character with a penchant for puns. James Avery passed away in 2013 at the age of 68. Another guest star who went on to sitcom fame is Thomas McCall Ford. Viewers who enjoyed his portrayal of Martin Payne's friend Tommy Strawn on the Fox sitcom Martin might not recognize him in his A Different World appearance. Ford played Jaleesa Vinson's ex-husband, Lamar Collins, in a Season 3 episode. Tragically, Thomas McCall Ford died in 2016 at the age of 52. Vince Howard as Peacemaker. Born and raised in St. Louis, Howard served in the Army before becoming a singer with the Rhythm Aces. He later joined Billy Ward and his Dominoes, but eventually settled in Los Angeles for a more stable job as a technician. However, his performing talents shone through at a nightclub, leading to a role in the TV series Mr. Novak in 1963. After Mr. Novak ended, Howard became a prolific guest star, appearing in iconic shows like The Fugitive, Star Trek, and Bewitched. He also landed roles in films like Lethal Weapon 3 and The Barefoot Executive. The 1970s and 80s saw Howard take on recurring roles in series like The Smith Family and Emergency. He eventually retired from acting in 1994, leaving behind a diverse filmography. Howard died of leukemia on July 18, 2002. 3 days before his 73rd birthday, Jeanette DuBois as Brenda Haynes. Jeanette DuBois, a name synonymous with laughter and heart, left an undeniable mark on the entertainment industry. Her career spanned decades, taking her from the stage to television screens and even into film. DuBois's early work focused on television shows like Love of Life and miniseries like The Blue Knight. But it was her role as the iconic Willona Woods on Good Times that truly cemented her place in pop culture history. Willona, the ever-watchful and often opinionated neighbor, brought warmth and humor to the groundbreaking sitcom. Beyond television, DuBois showcased her versatility in films like A Piece of the Action and I'm Gonna Get You Sucka. Her impressive resume also includes voice acting roles like Ms. Avery on The PJs, which earned her not one but 2 Emmy Awards. Even later in her career, DuBois continued to grace screens big and small. She had roles in films like Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, and even had her music featured in movies like Next Friday. She even produced her own comedy film, The Smell of Success. Jeanette DuBois' talent and dedication to her craft brought joy to millions. Her legacy extends far beyond her unforgettable characters. She was a true pioneer, paving the way for future generations of Black actors and actresses. Sadly, DuBois died on February 17, 2020, of cardiac arrest at her residence in Glendale, California. Ron O'Neal as Mercer Gilbert with Diahann Carroll playing Whitley Gilbert's mother, A Different World, needed a powerful presence for her father, Mercer Gilbert. Enter Ron O'Neal, star of the iconic 1972 blaxploitation film, Superfly. His portrayal of the flamboyant Youngblood priest catapulted him to fame, but as O'Neal himself admitted, it also limited his career opportunities. "Outside New York, people assumed I really was a hustler," O'Neal said in 1979. "Superfly took me from relative obscurity, but I haven't been offered that many roles since." Beyond Superfly and A Different World, O'Neal's most memorable roles were as Colonel Ernesto Bella in 1984's Red Dawn and Lieutenant Isidore Smalls on The Equalizer. However, as Playbill highlights, O'Neal's screen roles were just a part of his extensive career. He was a prolific and award-winning stage actor, performing both on and off Broadway with a passion that earned him critical acclaim. Ron O'Neal's life was a testament to the challenges and triumphs of breaking typecasting in Hollywood. Despite the limitations placed on him by his breakout role, he continued to pursue his craft with dedication and skill. His performances left a lasting impact, and his legacy lives on through the characters he brought to life on stage and screen. On January 14, 2004, O'Neal passed away at the age of 66 in Los Angeles. The cause of death was pancreatic cancer, a loss deeply felt by the entertainment community and his fans. Musical stars like Tupac, Lena Horne, and Heavy D. A Different World boasted a killer soundtrack along with its storylines, featuring appearances by musical icons who are no longer with us. Tupac Shakur brought his undeniable charisma to the show as Lena's old boyfriend, leaving a lasting impression despite the brevity of his role. Tragically, the world lost the talented rapper to gun violence in 1996 at the young age of 25. Another musical guest, the legendary Heavy D, brought the party vibes to a benefit concert episode. His booming voice and infectious beats were a highlight. Sadly, Heavy D passed away in 2011 at 44. The show also paid homage to a true music pioneer with a guest appearance by Lena Horne herself. She graced the screen in Season 6, leaving a lasting impact. The world mourned the loss of this iconic singer, actress, and dancer in 2010 at the age of 92. The 90s music scene was further represented by Chris Kelly of the rap duo Criss Cross. Their catchy tunes were a staple of the era. Kelly's death in 2013 at the age of 34 was another blow to the music world. Marla Gibbs, as Principal Shaw Marla Gibbs, is a legend in television comedy, best known for her iconic roles as Florence Johnston on The Jeffersons and Mary Jenkins on 227. But her journey to stardom wasn't typical. A single mother of 3, Gibbs worked various jobs before even considering acting. From receptionist to airline reservations clerk, she prioritized her family's well-being. It was a move to Los Angeles, initially for a change of scenery and her daughter's education, that sparked a life-changing turn. While seeking after-school activities for her daughter, Gibbs stumbled upon acting lessons, and a passion ignited. Her first professional role came in the 1972 film Sweet Jesus, Preacher Man, and she went on to appear in films like Black Belt Jones. Then, in 1975, came the opportunity that would define her career. Originally hired for a guest spot on The Jeffersons, Gibbs stole the show with her audition. Her character, Florence, the quick-witted maid with a penchant for sass, defied expectations and won over the audience. Network executives were so impressed, they made her a series regular. For 11 seasons, Gibbs brought laughter to millions as Florence, trading barbs with Sherman Hemsley's character and earning 5 Emmy nominations for her comedic brilliance. She even had a brief spin-off, Checking In, before returning to The Jeffersons, until its cancellation. Ever the entrepreneur, Gibbs used her newfound fame to create her own opportunities. She secured the rights to a Chicago play, 227, and developed it into a successful NBC sitcom starring herself. This further solidified her place as a comedic powerhouse. Gibbs's influence extended beyond acting. She founded the Crossroads Theater in Los Angeles, a platform for African-American artists, and even explored the possibility of a talk show. She also appeared in miniseries and movies throughout her career, showcasing her versatility. Sadly, she died of natural cause on 29 May 2024. Robert Guillaume as Dean Winston. Robert Guillaume may have only appeared in 3 episodes of A Different World, but he made a lasting impression by playing 2 different characters, Dean Winston and Professor Murphy. This versatility was no surprise, given Guillaume's extensive and varied career by the time he joined the show. He was best known for his portrayal of Frederick Douglass in the ABC miniseries North and South, and Benson DuBois on the network's soap opera sitcom Soap. His performance in Soap was so outstanding that it led to a successful spin-off series, Benson, which outlasted its parent show. The minute I saw the script, I knew I had a live one, Guillaume said of Soap in 2001. Every role was written against type, especially Benson, who wasn't subservient to anyone. To me, Benson was the revenge for all those stereotyped guys who looked like Benson in the 40s and 50s and had to keep their mouths shut. Guillaume's career didn't stop with Benson. In 1994, he gained international fame as the voice of Rafiki in Disney's The Lion King. His performance brought the wise and quirky mandrill to life, and he continued to voice Rafiki in various media over the years. Robert Guillaume's career was marked by groundbreaking roles and a commitment to breaking stereotypes. He left an indelible mark on both television and film, showcasing his incredible range and talent. After a lifetime of achievements, Guillaume passed away from prostate cancer on October 24, 2017, at the age of 89. Lee Weaver as Renee Haling from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Lee Weaver's career path is as diverse as his talents. Born to Josephine and Primus Jest Weaver, a chef, Weaver's voice acting credits include the animated series G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, where he brought Alpine to life. On the small screen, Weaver left his mark on various sitcoms. He played a friend of George Jefferson in a Season 3 episode of The Jeffersons, donned the mailman's uniform on 227, and portrayed Ricardo in Easy Street. He even graced The Cosby Show and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with guest appearances. But it's not just comedic roles that define Weaver. He delivered a powerful performance as a blind seer in the film Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And showed his range with appearances in shows like One World and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. However, his most iconic role might be the flamboyant exhibitionist Buck Naked, who brought a spark to Stephen Bochco's police dramas Hill Street Blues and NYPD Blue. Beyond acting, Weaver's personal life is filled with love and music. Married to actress Tanisha since 1971, they have a child together and reside in the Bronx, New York, Tanisha's hometown. Interestingly, Weaver's childhood friendship with musician Cannonball Adderley extended to being his best man at the wedding. The dedication of The Weaver on Adderley's 1963 album Nippon Soul is a testament to their bond, described as soulful and mean, much like Weaver's captivating presence on screen. Sadly, he died of natural cause on 28 May 2024. Ted Ross. Ted Ross was part of A Different World even before the show existed. He first appeared as Dean Harris on The Cosby Show in the episode Hillman, which introduced the college. He reprised this role for the pilot of A Different World, but his role didn't last long, with his final appearance as Dean Harris in episode 22 of Season 1, My Dinner with Theo. Even though his time on A Different World was short, Ted Ross had an amazing career beyond the show. He appeared in movies like Arthur, Police Academy, and The Fisher King, showing his incredible range as an actor. On stage, he was truly celebrated, winning a Tony Award for his portrayal of the Cowardly Lion in the Broadway production of The Wiz. He brought this beloved character to life again in the 1978 movie version, sharing the screen with stars like Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Richard Pryor. Ted Ross's legacy is one of talent and unforgettable performances. His work on stage and screen left a lasting mark on the entertainment world. Sadly, Ross passed away on September 3, 2002, at the age of 68 due to complications from an earlier stroke. His performances continue to inspire and entertain, reflecting the incredible depth of his career. Lena Horne as herself. One of the greatest American artists of all time, Lena Horne endured more than her fair share of stormy weather, as the title of her 1943 film and sultry signature song implied. Yet the chanteuse and actress, who possessed one of the most lush voices in the history of recorded music, broke down barriers, not only with performances of memorable songs like Honeysuckle Rose and Black Coffee, but also for speaking out about the prejudice she experienced during her early years as a contract player at MGM and the subsequent hardships she experienced throughout her time in the entertainment business. The recipient of a Kennedy Center honor in 1984, the elegant actress was a legend with a cause. In 1995, a live album capturing Horne's Supper Club performance was released. In 1998, Horne released another studio album entitled Being Myself. Thereafter, Horne retired from performing and largely retreated from public view, though she did return to the recording studio in 2000 to contribute vocal tracks on Simon Rattle's classic Ellington album. Horne sang her pain, acted through intolerance, and fought long and hard to erase color lines. Lena Horne got married twice. Her first husband was Louis Jones. They had 2 children together, a daughter Gail and a son Edwin, who sadly passed away from kidney disease. They divorced in 1944. Her second husband was Lenny Hayton, a music director at MGM. They were together for many years, but never officially divorced. Lena Horne also had several other relationships throughout her life, including famous people like boxer Joe Louis and actor Orson Welles. She was close to musician Billy Strayhorn and considered him a dear friend and mentor. Horne had a big family. Her daughter Gail became a writer, and her granddaughter Jenny Lumet is a famous screenwriter. Horne lived a long life and passed away in 2010 at the age of 92. Sam Vlahos as Mr. Santos Soteron. Sam Vlahos was born on August 10, 1935, in San Diego, California, to Theodore Vlahos from Kakuri, Greece, and Juanita Romero from Baja, Mexico. After serving in the U.S. Air Force in the 1950s, Sam pursued a career in acting. In 2009, Sam was diagnosed with idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, a condition causing lung scarring of unknown origin. He passed away on September 3, 2011. So that's it, everyone. Gone, but not forgotten. These actors left a mark. Share your favorite memories in the comments. See you next time.